Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to The Toast. Happy Thursday.
I know, I thought it was Friday.
To me, it feels like a Saturday night. I'm 16 years old. My whole life is in front of me. I just won prom queen, and I'm about to lose my virginity to the quarterback. Like, that's how I feel today.
Because you have air conditioning?
Yes, the air conditioning in my room has been out for 3 days, and it is back. And, like, you seriously, like, you can't tell me shit. Try.
I'm so happy for you. Wow. It's just the little things. She's a simple girl.
All I need in this life
asks.
is basic human rights, air conditioning.
Yeah, it is nice and cool in here.
How you feeling? Feeling chilly?
No, not yet, which is good. It's actually the right temperature for me because it was hot. Now it's becoming cooler. So she hasn't frozen me out yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me say this. Welcome back, Jax.
Oh, thank you. I missed you guys yesterday. However, we had a show at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center last night. So I have been emitting toasty vibes for a minute now. However, I missed the show yesterday. I missed everyone so much, but Ben did a fantastic job in my absence per usual. But I'm happy to be back on the horn.
We are so happy to have you back. Of course, I love podcasting with Ben. And I can say that now and not be lying. Like, I do.
Great.
I don't love it as much as I love podcasting with you.
Oh, I mean, you love to hear that for like job security.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not going anywhere. But I'm so glad that everybody loved the episode with Ben. Nice to bring in a male perspective every once in a while, and he's been such a topic of conversation here at the Toast with FOJ, 4th of July.
Right, everything's coming up fork.
So it was nice for him to be able to speak his truth, air his side of the scandal, and kind of put that to bed.
Yeah, also it made last night's show really fun because there was a lot that we hadn't spoken about yet. And we have another show tonight. These West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center, also known as WPAC shows, have really been off the chain.
They really have. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this sort of symbiotic synergy, if you will.
Last night was really a great crowd, a great show, if we do say so ourselves.
But something crazy happened.
Something crazy did happen. Turt was drugged.
I was
drugged.
So I drove us to the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center, which was really just not a good idea. I'm not like the most amazing driver if you're like even remotely sensitive to motion sickness, things of that nature. And I even drove so crazy I made myself sick. When I got there, I was just like, I'm gonna throw up. I was feeling really like tired and nauseous. So we got Dramamine, and I said like a couple times, can you make sure it's non-drowsy Dramamine? And they were like, yeah. And they gave me the Dramamine. They gave me, it says on the back you could take 1 or 2. I was like, this shit is rocking me. Let's go double it up. I'll take 2. Then I sit down to get my hair done, and when you're just like bored and you are like playing with stuff, I'm like playing with the wrapper, and I'm like looking at the back of the Dramamine wrapper, and it says marked drowsiness may occur. Boom, I'm falling asleep. I literally fell asleep on this rogue couch. I woke up in this haze of drowsiness. I was not okay. I'm still not okay, but like I've said time and time again, I am a survivor, and I got through it.
I'm a survivor.
And
I'm not gonna give up.
It was very funny to talk about. It added like nice little fodder for the show. People at the live show were cracking up at our Dramamine jokes.
It was really like the third co-host.
Yeah, like the Dramamine drama.
The Dramamine drama, and that was, if you've been to a Gizno, then you know.
Gizno.
At the end of every Gizno show, we titled the episode, which is one of our favorite things to do, Gizno at a Glance. And the winning title was the Dramamine drama. Oh no, I think we landed on Drama, Red Pajama.
Wait, I totally forgot to mention this to you on a personal level, but also like at the show last night. This was not the first time that this Dramamine drowsy thing had happened to me on tour. My first tour ever, the Dirty Jeans tour, the same thing happened to me. Thank God it was much earlier in the day, and I like passed out in my hotel room, and I was like, damn, I was so tired today. I wonder what happened. Turns out I had taken Dramamine drowsy. Now, 12 hours before, it wasn't a problem. But I took this at 5 o'clock, you guys, and showtime was at 8. Like, it was seriously giving drama, like backstage Broadway high-stakes drama.
To be honest, like that really makes it worse that you had been through this before and that you weren't like triple checking, dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Reading. I know you asked, but you have to see with your own eyes.
Double checked.
You have to take matters into your own hands.
I double checked with 2 different people who purchased it from CVS. Like, I double checked.
Not with the primary source.
Oh, and I chewed them. You just
can't trust people, even those in your innermost circle.
I chewed the tablets.
She chewed them, and she took 2. Any Dramamine taker ever knows that it's 1 in a 24-hour period. So the fact that you took 2 to begin with was just like you were going hard in the paint.
I was really nauseous. I really wanted to fix it before the show. And let me just say this: that nap I took on that dirty pink couch was a dreamless sleep. It was close to death. I should check my Oura ring to see what my heart rate was. Like, I was seriously dying.
Yeah.
I was passing away in that dressing room of the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center.
It's a nice place to go.
It is, and it's kind of emblematic, if you will, of what I've said time and time again. Like, I will fight and I will die for this art. that we do of this podcast.
Because it's violent, original, and creative.
We were extremely violent last night.
We
like
were.
crazy. So we've got another show today. You know, just it's giving showman. It's giving the greatest showman.
We are showmen. We are touring artists. We like cannot stop working at our craft. Shows in the morning, shows in the evening, shows.
And even before, yesterday was such a long day. Before the drama, before we got to the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center, Jackie and I had coffee / snacks / we all just like ate chips with these two fabulous ladies named Shani and May Yerushalmi. They're Israeli. They are sisters. And they have a third sister. So Shani was the oldest, May was the youngest, and their middle sister, Eden, has been held hostage in Gaza since October 7th. She was working as a bartender at the Nova Music Festival. And they're here in America, like meeting with people, hosting events, like trying to get her story out there. And they were explaining that, you know, a lot of the hostages who have been, you know, either rescued or who are still being held hostage, you know, they have like they've gotten photos released of them. They've had videos sent from Hamas. So that really makes their mission and in raising awareness a lot easier for the families because they have something to work with. Their sister Eden has not been seen or heard from since October 7th. They were on the phone with her when she was taken by Hamas terrorists. So that's really all they have is that recording of the phone call and her call to the police. Since then, nothing. And it makes it really hard for them to raise awareness. So that's why we met with them, just like to hear their story. And of course, they were just like girly swirlies. They were 26 and 21. They were so cute and so pretty. Sisters. And it was really amazing to chat with them. And I know that like this is like they both have quit their jobs. Like they travel around the country now, hosting events, the world, excuse me. Yeah. Meeting people. And you can tell like these are stories they've told 100 times. And I imagine it's like really hardened them. But in the beginning, like retelling this incredibly traumatic story so many times to strangers is really difficult. So I feel like I think they had fun with us. Like
I think they did.
We were just like chatting. Like of course in the beginning they told us their whole story.
Things and also non-serious things and things that we all have in common.
And it came up like they love Drake and Josh, and their sister Eden, who is being held hostage, like is obsessed with Josh Peck. And they like brought it up at the end. They were like, you know, we saw your husband like host a podcast like with Josh, like, and it was so sweet. They're keeping this diary for their sister Eden when she comes back, like of all the things that A have like happened in the world, so she doesn't miss anything, and B like all the places that they've been, things they've seen and experienced on her behalf, like vouching for her return. And so they're keeping this like video diary, and they've like all these boxes of things. So I FaceTimed Josh. He was such a real one. First of all, I like felt so cool. I'm like, yeah, I could just like call up this celebrity.
What if I just called Josh up?
He like pulled over on the side of the road, chatted with them, like took a million screenshots. He was such a mensch about it. And it was amazing. I'm so glad that I could like do that.
Yeah.
It was a great afternoon, and I'm so glad we met them. They were it's happening so far away. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to sometimes like remember every single day. And I think for the people in Israel, like they don't have that privilege. Like it's happening like in their front yards. So meeting with these girls was amazing. And I'm so glad that we got to meet them.
Yeah. Honored to have had the chance to talk to them.
So just like did a lot yesterday, essentially is what I'm to bring it on home.
Yes.
Essentially.
You did.
And you also missed your toasters yesterday, which I know you're just beyond devastated about.
What? I wouldn't say I'm devastated, but I also wouldn't say I'm happy. Like sometimes I am happy to skip it, as you all know. But I do feel as though like this energy, like I would have been looking forward to Dear Toasters.
There's something about this couch. Like I think the studio's getting to a place where we've kind of got it down pat. Don't want to, jinx. Everyone's mics are on.
Of course.
And we can kind of sink our teeth into this couch and this content.
Yeah.
Swirly Summer, like kind of I feel like might start today.
Oh, I think today's we have a really good chance of starting Swirly Summer today, or perhaps on August 1st when we move into our new house.
Yeah, perhaps. Remains to be seen.
There are pockets of swirliness to be found, though. And maybe that's what swirliness about. It's like about happiness. No one is happy all the time. All you can hope for are moments of happiness. So like maybe no one is swirly all the time. All you can hope for is moments of swirliness.
I like that.
Like last night was a moment of swirliness, of true swirliness.
We looked so cute.
We're being swirly at the current moment.
I think it's hard for us not to be swirly. Bruno's here, which adds definitely to the swirly vibes.
Bruno is so swirly to his core.
He's got that caramel vanilla swirl.
And he likes to lay up in a cinnamon bun swirl. Mm-hmm. And he's just constantly giving swirly energy. So I hope that for all of you that you guys can find a pocket of swirliness today. I got a pocket full of swirly.
I got a love of the girly no. Ooh, whoa. So we've got stories today. We've got swirly girly vibes. What is on the docket? Anything big?
Yeah, actually 5 really strong stories. Hard to even order them because I would say they're all of equal.
Similar elk,
equal importance.
I love that.
I was going to say like the stories are strong for a Friday. However, it's Thursday.
It is. That's tough. You don't want to be ungrateful for the Thursday, but when you've had a week as long as ours.
I thought we had more.
You thought we had like banked more days.
I thought we had banked more.
That's okay. Could be worse, Jackie. We could be apart.
It could be Wednesday.
It could be Tuesday.
Yikes, bikes.
So I think without further ado, I don't really have that much to say.
No. What is there to say that hasn't already been said?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. And the significance of the passage of time. I am so grateful for these quotes that have found me. It feels as though the whole country has like had a renaissance with like she's having her viral moment.
Kamala, yeah, she's having a moment for sure.
Like it's not even just us. Like we didn't just fall out of coconut trees.
No, the coconut tree thing happened and went viral like a couple of months ago. But all of the Kamala-isms have had a resurgence on social media. This passage of time is extremely significant.
Yeah.
Of course, coconut tree. Yes, they're all coming back, being brought up because the election cycle it's starting. You know.
Yeah, and I had seen them a while. Like I knew that she was the queen of the word salad, but I never had a bite of the salad. Like I never really sunk
Tasted
my
it.
teeth into it, and like it's a whole new world.
You can't go back.
No, I'm obsessed.
I know. The passage of time is extremely significant.
Like I'm really enjoying like that rabbit hole at the moment.
So I'm ready to dive in if you are. You know, I don't want to rush you.
No, I can't go too down far the rabbit hole. I can't come back. And then I just start like saying nonsense.
And then you start swirling around.
And every other line is out of a coconut tree. Like no can do.
So true. All right, Jax.
Without further ado about what we know can do, it is time for that sounds like Kamala.
It does. About what we can
so
do.
Does that laugh? No, and like be your own hype woman.
No, like the thing is, Kamala Harris, like the volume and the frequency in which she laughs at her own jokes, like that is a physical representation of how I feel about myself. Like,
no,
it's me watching clips from the toast. Like, yes, queen, you are funny, you are talented, you are everything. Like that's literally how I feel.
No, I understand.
I do feel like if we like sat down and had a drink with her, like we would vibe.
I agree.
And it would be a significant passage of time.
Oh, it would maybe passage too quickly.
Passage too close to the sun.
Time passages quickly when you're having fun.
And falling out of coconut trees. Okay, you're right. We can. We can.
See, that's my Kamala laugh. Our first sponsor for today's episode is one that is near and dear to my heart. Thank you. I'm muscle memory. Toys R Us, you guys. Toys are us. Toys is us. And toys
will always be us.
Okay, the Kamala's still in me. But Toys R Us is now in every Macy's in the USA, and they have 2 flagship stores at the American Dream and Mall of America, and an airport store at Dallas-Fort Worth. So if you don't know this, Toys R Us, the brand we all know and love, so much nostalgia, they are now available in every Macy's, which makes shopping even more fun for you, for the kiddos. But they are also introducing Play Day. It's a new Toys R Us global holiday that is all about celebrating the joy of play. Play is vital for anyone of any age. It's a critical break from work, obligations, and life. Like when you are a hardworking girly swirly, it is vital that you play and find those moments of play that are in tandem with moments of swirliness.
Work hard, swirl hard.
Work hard, swirl hard. Events will be at over 50 stores on July 20th, and those who can't make it into store can take the pledge to play online for a whole year of chances to win toys. So go to toysrus.com/playday to find a free Playday event near you. Take the pledge to play at toysrus.com/playday to improve your life and get free stuff.
I love that Toys R Us is like leaning into play, getting everyone out, getting them active, like off their screens, off their phones, engaging with one another. I love that message. And I love Toys R Us. Obviously, it's a brand that like gives me warm fuzzies.
Agreed. I pledge allegiance to the play.
Thank you, Jax. Today's episode is also brought to you by Hatch. Let's talk about bedtime. It's 10 p.m. Your TV is saying one more episode. Your phone is begging for your attention. And of course, your to-do list is keeping your mind distracted. With Hatch, you can learn to put your screens away and build sleep routines that help prioritize your rest. Hatch is the best thing in my life. I'll say that. Okay? Hatch changed my life. Added to the list of things Jackie told me to get. And I was like, it wakes you up with light? It wakes you up with light. It wakes you up in the most civilized way. You don't realize like the way you wake up. I know everybody's like, I really need like a loud alarm in order to wake up. No, you don't. Like the way Hatch wakes you up, but also puts you to sleep in such a civilized, spa-like way makes the biggest difference in your energy levels. I promise you, Hatch is worth the investment. I love Hatch. And I love Hatch even if they weren't a sponsor, okay? So Hatch will help you prioritize rest, create bedtime habits that make you ready for sleep at night and energized in the morning. So unlike a traditional alarm or even a sound machine, the Hatch Restore uses soft, glowing light paired with soothing sounds to help you wind down peacefully. It's bringing that spa-like feeling into your bedroom, and it wakes you up gently with a sunrise that will gradually change colors and get brighter, simulating a natural sleep pattern. They've put over 5 million people to sleep, babies and adults, and 78% of users say that their sleep has improved since using Hatch. My sleep has improved since using Hatch. I'm a part of the 78%. Also, Ben loves it because he like needs sound when he sleeps. Like he likes the sound of air conditioning being mimicked, and they have great brown noise, pink noise, white noise sounds. So he uses it as a sound machine. I use it as an alarm clock. It's the best. And right now, Hatch is offering our listeners 20% off and free shipping on their Hatch device purchase. Visit hatch.co/toast for up to 20% off. That's hatch.co/toast for up to 20% off. Today's episode is also brought to you by State Farm. When you get a new car, a new home, the first thing you might find yourself saying is literally what? Or thinking that it's not real. But really the words you might want to be thinking or singing are, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With State Farm, you're going to get the coverage you need for your car, your home, even boats, motorcycles, RVs, and other things in that nature, things in which that matter to you. With so many coverage options, it feels good knowing that you can find what fits for you. And when you need ways to get help, State Farm gives you options there too. So maybe like you're like me, you're an extremely young, tech-savvy swirly. You would love to talk to State Farm agents on their mobile app or their website because that's easy for you. It's giving, do. Perhaps you live a bit of a slower life. You'd like to interact with a human being, talk to somebody on the phone, very old school, very Jax coded, if you will. State Farm has, a method of communication for you. That's what we love about State Farm. No matter what kind of toaster you are, let it be a Jax or a Claude. Not one is better than the other. They're equally great. State Farm is letting you do things your way. So when you need help protecting the things that matter most, remember to sing it like Jax and Claude do. Hit it, Jax.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, she's so sweet. Oh,
Crushed
she is
it.
sweeter than air.
Crushed it. You really want to follow that up?
Jakey from State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yeah, I went for like a little extra credit riff. Thank you, State Farm, for sponsoring today's episode. And if you could do me the honor, Jax, of plugging in my iPad for a little bit, I would appreciate it.
Honor bestowed
We
upon
are
La Turt.
One, complaint I have, even though I was just saying how like the studio is getting so much better. It's like we've got 2 iPads, 2 phones, and 1 charger, and it's like the charger from my nightstand. Like,
yeah.
On my list of things to do today, order some chargers from Amazon because we have an outlet there.
Because
and
your
there.
charger is not charging on my iPad because it got used to your iPad instead of mine.
Literally, and I hope
She
you're
must
happy.
have been running a studio with her sister where they both read off of iPads.
Wait, that makes sense.
Relatable. Our first story is just some very exciting, happy news. Emma Roberts is engaged.
Ugh, they can never make me hate her. They're not trying. I just love her.
No, they're not trying.
No.
Like, they have agreed she's beloved and she's protected.
Like the internet loves her, which is really hard to do, but she doesn't try. Like she's just
Yeah.
like kind of memeable, very much from, what's that show?
Scream Queens.
Scream Queens. I love her. I didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
Well, Cody John loves her too. That is her fiance. She revealed on Instagram on Tuesday that she's engaged. She posted a picture of them smiling, a selfie with her ring, and she said, "Putting this here before my mom tells everyone," because it's a nod to when her mom posted a photo of her son without her permission, like when Emma hadn't posted her son's face.
Yes, that was really funny. Hilarious caption. I didn't know she had a boyfriend. I'm so happy for her. Of course, like I stayed there, dust collecting round my pinned up hair, when she was dating Garrett Hedlund, the love of my life from Country Strong, and Georgia Rule. Literally my 2 favorite movies. Invisible String, Garrett Hedlund. Oh, I guess Garrett Hedlund is my celebrity crush. Him and Joe Manganiello.
We should make a list.
We should, because I've it's one of those questions that I don't
never
really
have
know.
the right answer to, and I always like revert back to like
Elon.
Zac Efron. No, like
Elon.
From when I think longer about it, I'm like, oh yeah, Elon.
Should we make a list?
Ugh, fine. I'm like,
No, I think it's a good
not
list.
In list mode, but yeah.
It is a good
I'll
list.
be glad I did.
My crushes.
Let me make sure we don't already have this list.
It does sound like vaguely familiar. Joe Manganiello, and who did I just say?
No, Garrett Hedlund. So
Garrett Hedlund.
Celebrity crushes.
And I do
Claudia.
think her relationship with Garrett Hedlund, and he is the father of her child, correct?
Yes.
I do think it was like an extremely toxic relationship. And there was like a period where he was like drinking and driving. I looked past it.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Different like rules for different fools.
I love that. So I am happy for her, although I was hoping that like her and Garrett would work it out. But I guess that just means Garrett's single, Watch, he's like married with a kid now.
Yeah. Well, it also means they're going to be in each other's lives because they do share a son together.
That's true.
So that's something.
I love Emma Roberts. Did you see the thing she said recently about Nepo babies? Because she chimed in.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show
Oh,
about
we did?
Nepo nieces George Clooney.
Yeah, no, then
Nepo
she
aunties.
said something else.
What?
She was like, I've actually lost a lot of roles because of and she was either implying that like people hate Julia Roberts, which I don't think is true, or she's just making stuff up,
Or like people didn't want to be accused of nepotism, so they didn't cast her. I've not heard of that being an issue, but I don't think our queen lies.
Our queen doesn't lie. She screams, but she doesn't lie.
Or maybe like sometimes you could, as an FOBD, you might be overshadowed by the person who came before you.
Yep.
And they don't want it to be all like, oh, Julia Roberts' niece, this, Julia Roberts' niece, that.
Yeah, see, it's like tough. It's a difficult balance because you don't want to be Julia Roberts' niece.
This.
But you also don't want to be like, and it couldn't happen with Julia Roberts because there was like a period where she was the biggest movie star in the world. But sometimes like you can eclipse the person who gave you a little bit of a leg up, and like that's awkward.
Yeah, the cream rises. I do feel like when she was on Unfabulous, she was Julia Roberts' niece.
Totally.
And now she has eclipsed being Julia Roberts' niece. To eclipse Julia Roberts, perhaps not, but I don't think they're in competition.
It's better on Fabulous. Yeah, she literally just like got that joke because she was Julia Roberts' niece. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Respect.
Totally.
Inevitable. She earned her stripes, though.
She definitely has earned her stripes. She's one of my favorite little, celebrities.
She's one of my favorite celebrities, too.
She's always like making news in a funny, positive way.
She has really like a strong personal brand that she is authentic to Emma self.
Yeah, she loves
and that
to
she
read.
doesn't veer from. Like, she loves to read. She actually reads the book. Like, it's not even a question. Like, she reads the books that she talks about. She has a book club.
And then now she's like started to produce. She was Tell Me Lies. Like,
Right.
I agree.
Like,
I think
her
she's
home in Architectural Digest, even though people were clowning on it, like, it was very Emma.
it was very unique to her personal style. She
Yeah.
has an aesthetic and a vision, and she sticks with that.
She knows who she is. Like, unlike, sorry to drag you once again, Katy Perry.
yeah. Katy Perry has no idea who the hell she is. Couldn't be Emma Roberts.
No one's ever
Of
saying
course.
who is Emma Roberts.
Not to pit women against each other.
No,
we
and
would
not
never.
to like drag Katy Perry any chance I get.
When we actually love her, and we got ready last night, like the final song we were popping our pussies to before, like, doing final touches was Woman's World. We went out of our way to listen to Woman's World. It's so good.
But I do think that you can put out amazing music while simultaneously not knowing who you are as an artist. Like, we can hold space for both things.
completely agree.
And
That's kind of what I went through when I released 100%.
it's true. You did not know who you were.
I was just
but
sort of
you put
dealing
out
with
a
this
bop.
sort of crisis in identity.
Crisis of self.
Crisis of self.
And just to say, like, there are other people who don't know who they are, but this month is like really Katy Perry month. So she's top of mind.
In the realm of people who don't know who they are.
Right. Should we start a list?
No.
Just so that I don't have to keep citing Katy Perry.
We don't need to start a list because it's only Katy Perry. Do you know what I mean?
At the moment.
There was a period where I feel like Miley didn't know who she was.
It's true.
There was
She's
a
off the
period,
list.
and I think maybe she's still in this. It's like Demi. I feel like Demi really doesn't know who is Demi.
That's so
And she's
true.
always releasing documentaries being like, this is me. And then never mind, this is me.
Yeah, I was lying there.
Yeah. No, I thought that was what I was going to
Yeah.
be, but it's actually not. It's this thing.
Okay, yeah, Demi. I feel like she just goes through it more. It's like not, like I wouldn't want to like it's like sadder,
Oh,
right?
okay.
You know what I mean? Like Katy Perry's like not sad to me.
Oh, yeah. I do kind of like forget about that time where like Demi Lovato almost died.
Like there's a lot of Demi Lovato, like sad stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, it's not like funny to bring her into it. Whereas like Katy Perry's like a fine, like
Yeah.
she,
Yeah.
I think her
She's
personal,
sound
like
of
she's like
mind.
very fulfilled. She's sound of mind. She just like doesn't know her brand as an artist. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, the world will go on.
Yeah. And like she's like laughing all the way to the bank.
No,
I
you're
don't
right.
think Demi Lovato's laughing.
No. I think Demi Lovato was like violently sobbing.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
The two are not the same.
I'm glad you understood like my reflex. I was having a hard time articulating it.
Look at his
Brewy,
Bruno.
Louie, Shooey, Crewy.
Oh, he's a
Bruno
sweet-
woke up and said, "Give me scratchies or I'm out of here."
He's so sweet. He's such a star.
So sweet. We dragged Bruno to filth last night at the show. And I told Bruno when I came home, I didn't need a word of it. My fingers were crossed behind my back the entire time. I was using you for content. Mommy's getting paid. Like, I'll put kibble on the table. And he understood. He's so
He
understanding.
said, "Kibble, I'm in."
He said, Mom, like, do what you need to do.
Bruno's been having a tough week here because everyone's just sort of clowning on him because he's obese and
He
he like
can't stop eating. There's like, obviously when people drop food, like he picks it up. Romeo like refuses to eat his meal. If he walks away for 2 seconds, Bruno's in there
Inhaling.
eating 4 meals a day now. Then he also snatches the food out of the children's hands.
He's
because
right
they're
at eye level with them
they're
when he
all
stands
the
up.
same height, and he is becoming large and in charge, and it's tough.
there.
And he eats because he's unhappy,
And he's unhappy because he eats.
And it's a vicious cycle.
There are like mobile grooming services where it's like a big van will come and they do everything inside. There are also mobile dog runs where it's like a treadmill and
Stop.
you attach the dog and they just run for like an hour.
I feel like putting my dog on a mobile dog run treadmill, it says worse things about me than it does about him. It's like, bitch, you can't take your dog for a run.
Oh,
Get up and
lazy.
get your activity.
Yeah.
Like for me, how I want to resolve this is I want to take Bruno for more runs, but mommy's busy. Mommy's working.
Right. No, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. I just think if you've gotten to a place where you're putting your dog on the treadmill, like get after it.
Look inward.
Look inward. Get up. Get out.
Get healthy.
Get healthy. So, Mazel Tov, Emma Roberts.
No, truly, I'm really happy for her.
Our next story, we're getting clarity on Auroro, Culpo, and Bernon.
Oh.
Major clarity because she's talking about it on her podcast.
Oh,
and
love that.
It's kind of what you thought it was, but just like hearing it is making me feel like.
Let me hear.
So, Aurora confirms that Paul Bernon dumped her the day after her sister Olivia called him the flavor of the month on Aurora's podcast. And also, it's like Dear Media is like involved in this because just listen.
Oh my God. Okay, not it being about us.
No, Aurora's podcast is on Dear Media.
Yes, I knew that.
Just keep that in mind as you listen to this.
Okay.
Aurora confirmed that she was dumped, quote, dumped, her words, by Paul Bernon in early July after her sister called him her flavor of the month. She said on this week's episode of her podcast, Barely Filtered, a Dear Media production, she said, the next day he called me and said, it's not working. He was not the flavor of the month. He was the flavor of 2 months. She joked, I would have preferred it go longer, but unfortunately he dumped me. She said that Olivia made the flavor dig during the July 3rd episode of the podcast. The episode was recorded ahead of her wedding, which was on June 29th, but it was released on July 3rd. Aurora said she tried getting her show's producers to cut the quip and immediately apologized to her beau privately when she realized the comment was left to go live with the rest of the show. She said she was disappointed that her and Paul's romance fizzled so fast, but she saw it coming even before the wedding, she said. She said, like, there were things like he doesn't want any more kids, and I probably do want to have more kids. She also said their communication style was so different. She's not someone who can give space when someone feels hurt. Like, I need to talk about things right away. Okay, she said, we're not compatible, and I would have known that had I let the relationship move at a logical pace, but that's not how I operate. And she said, while the relationship didn't work out, she's still fond of him. She said, he's such a nice guy. He's sweet. He's generous. He's a great dad. He's super funny.
So I only have one thing about this. It's that, and talking to an audience of people who don't podcast for a living, they don't know better, but at Dear Media, but also every podcast network ever, your producer who is in charge of editing your show, cutting things out, they do what you tell them to do. You have full creative control over your show. So if you say, I want this cut, it gets cut. It's not like they can be like, no. That's
Especially something so benign as that, where it only really matters to the person. It's not like it would be break the internet, even though it kind of did.
The only way that that would happen is if, you texted your producer being like, hey, can we cut out this thing? And maybe they forgot.
Right.
But I don't know. The way she said it was that Dear Media kept it in. That's not how it works.
Right. However, I don't think she's lying, and I also don't think that Dear Media kept it in against her wishes.
Right.
Maybe it was too late.
That's possible. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
and now we've said it.
I think it was more so too late, and then it already got picked up, so she had to call him apologize, and then the relationship was too new to survive that.
Do you think she's so mad at Olivia? You got me dumped by this guy I really liked, even though she said there were some big differences that they were never even going to work out. So this relationship probably wasn't going to last, but you never know.
But she was enjoying her time.
I know.
It didn't have to end so soon. And I was, more importantly, I was enjoying it the most out of anyone.
It was such a random pairing. And that's just what I love about our job. Things like this happening, two different universes
colliding. And then also the podcasting of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot of times influencers keep budding romances a secret. And it seems like they're being unnecessarily secretive. Because it's why? Share, you're in love. Mm-hmm. But this is why.
Yeah. This is why.
You have to survive the initial stage. That way when things like this happen, you guys you're a unit. You're not two strangers trying to find common ground.
It's very true. I have that stupid...
But that's literally why her podcast is called Barely Filtered, though. And that's who she is. She's not someone who's going to hide what's going on.
And she needs someone who gets that and is okay with that.
Maybe
it's
a fellow podcaster.
Perhaps.
There's a lot of male podcasters.
I feel like they're all married with kids. Shane Gillis
and Aurora Culpo.
Honestly, I ship.
I do too.
Oh, and they're kind of connected. Because Shane Gillis, I don't know if he's from San Francisco, but he loves the 49ers. He's always at 49ers. He was at Olivia's wedding.
You're lying.
Yes, he was at Olivia's wedding.
What?
Yeah, I saw a picture. had this like really hot model on his arm.
I went to comedy, like top shows, and it's just us, you know, and Giggly Squad, just like the girls.
Yeah, winning.
This used to be a category for men. What about Aurora Culpo and Theo Von? I'm obsessed.
You know, actually, I know someone who
was with him.
Yeah, in a physical sense.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think they had positive things to say.
What about Aurora Culpo and Will Arnett?
Jackie, I was just going to say that.
I'm obsessed.
From Jason Bateman is married. I do believe, because I watched their documentary, Will Arnett is also married and just had a baby. And then like, Sean is gay.
Happy for him, but that's like
Let me see.
ruining my
I think
vibe.
Shane Gillis is the answer. Like, you're
What
right.
about Bert Kreischer?
Tom and Bert, they're all married. Like
Bert's married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Dillon, gay. Oh, what about Andrew Santino, the redhead?
Show me to me, Rachel.
Well, he has like a cartoon on his thing.
I don't know him.
Okay, I do think Shane Gillis is the answer here.
Okay. I think Theo Von.
Okay. Well, he's somebody who understands the craft of podcasting.
Or like, this is kind of a curveball, but just be able to...
Stay with me.
Harry Jowsey.
No.
Except...
No, like seriously, enough with Harry Jowsey.
No, I like Harry Jowsey.
I do too, by the way. But he's kind of like the Pete Davidson of reality TV.
100%, but like...
That's a really good
just
call.
like Pete Davidson with good reason.
Yeah. No, he's definitely like super charming, super handsome. And we've met it. He's so nice.
He's on Perfect Match right now, and he was like linked with Jess, and I not wanted to spoil anything because I do plan on watching it at some point. And I think he's in America's Doghouse right now.
Ooh.
I think he did Jess dirty.
But a guy like that like doesn't stay there long.
No, and that's lest we not forget like how he rose to fame on Too Hot to Handle. Like he fucking lied.
Wait, by the way,
People forget
Thank you for
like,
bringing that up.
He lied so hard, and he threw Francesca under the bus. But he's a liar.
It's so crazy how famous him and Francesca are from that show. There's not one person on that show besides the two of them. And they were like the coupled up whose name I even remember. But that was the first season of that show. And that show's still on. And it's had like a couple of seasons that have gone viral. But the first season was really...
But I think a lot of the cast members, especially from the first season, have a lot of followers.
Yes.
Like Chloe.
They have successful career influencers. Chloe, yes. Was she first or second season?
First season,
yeah.
I think.
And then she stayed in like the Netflix reality TV universe, like going on other shows.
And Melinda now, she was from a different season. And
I
she's
love
on
Melinda.
Perfect Match.
I love Melinda.
But the levels of success that Harry and Francesca had like could not be replicated. But that was also COVID.
Yeah, no, and it was the first season of this show with a unique concept. Same with Love is Blind.
And the concept really doesn't work as well on
Once people know
subsequent seasons because it was the big surprise.
Yeah, totally. Like the Kardashians were watching it, and then remember Chloe had like there was rumors that picked her up in a Bentley.
Obsessed.
So
Love is Dead, Aurora and Paul are done, but I appreciate her like bringing it to the podcast
Explaining
and then
to us.
continue not leaving us like once we knew.
yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Number 3?
Number 3.
I am.
Mauricio Umansky was packing on the PDA with a mystery woman in Mykonos. So Mauricio was photographed kissing and embracing a mystery woman in Mykonos on Wednesday. He arrived with bags in the Mykonos airport when the unidentified woman approached him after seemingly waiting for his plane to land.
It was like a cute picture and video. And like these two are not together.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's all kosher. It's just weird. It's like seeing your dad. This is like, Kyle's husband.
Who took this video?
Like somebody who I love.
Yeah.
I am still so confused, like what happened between the two of them and the Morgan Wade of it all. We like never got clarification. And Morgan and Kyle like haven't really been seen together that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like for a while it was like paparazzi.
I've stopped keeping up like when I don't have to.
Mm-hmm. Stop caring.
And when I watch Beverly Hills again, I'll care once more. But in the off season, I don't care.
That's fair.
So
all the ladies were just together for Lisa Rinna's 61st birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Dorit and Kyle,
I saw Dorit's outfit.
Who are, at odds, Dorit and Kyle.
Damn.
Yeah. So the ladies of Beverly Hills are constantly doing the most, but there has been like a really piqued interest in the Umansky family, obviously from the divorce, but also their show on Netflix is really popular, Buying Beverly Hills. So people have like a whole new interest in the family, not just Kyle, which includes Mauricio and the girls.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of been like a perfect storm of them really getting to the height of their fame as a family, not just as one housewife. And then also this divorce, which came as a shock to people who have known them for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
I still find it shocking. And while the video like on its face was cute, like I don't know. It just felt wrong.
It's just not Kyle.
Like, this is a married man.
And it was so long that it was Kyle who was like giving mugs because so it's going to take a moment to adjust.
And we don't know who this woman is, but like he's obviously having like a girly girl summer, packed his bags, went to Mykonos.
Yeah.
Like that's giving midlife crisis. Like only like 60-year-old men who go to Mykonos are having midlife crises.
But like when you're having a midlife crisis, and I don't really know a lot about midlife crises, like what's the prognosis? Like, do you lean into it? How do you get through it? Is the best way out through it? Get the convertible, go to Mykonos.
I think you have to do all these things, and then a moment comes where like you see yourself from the outside as like this stupid looking old man with these 15-year-olds. And
is that how it ends?
And I think the shame sets in, and that's the official end of the crisis.
And is there a way to go through a midlife crisis and not get divorced / cheat / be with younger women?
Well, so not everyone goes through a midlife crisis, and so I think obviously the cure to the crisis is the cure to whatever's going on in your life. Like, are you unhappy? Are you insecure? Like, do you feel like you're being held back? I think people who are happy in their life and have balance with love and family and good relationships, I don't know if they go through that. And if it does, it manifests itself in really harmless type of ways, like you buy a bike or something, you know?
Yeah.
You're not like going out to bars till 4 a.m. with like sorority girls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shout out to anyone who's going through a midlife crisis. I hope it ends quickly and swiftly.
Yeah, and I hope like the moment of shame, like the pinnacle of the crisis, like isn't too damaging.
Or do you like live as your post-crisis self forever?
Oh,
and now you're just like a delusional old man.
Some people don't ever come out of it.
Yikes.
And I think it's the men who aren't married, because married men like have a wife of X amount of years to like, okay, have fun. And then it gets to a point where it's like, stop it. You're a grown man. Come inside.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the men who are, to use my favorite word, a bit untethered, who perhaps don't come out of it or take an extremely long time to come out of it.
Okay. So do you think this is a midlife crisis? I think it's a mini one. And I do think he's in crisis. Like his whole life as he knew it is over. So he's building a new life. And like, yeah, start in Mykonos with a young hot thing.
1,000%.
Okay. Well, have fun on your trip.
Can I have my iPad?
Sure.
Thanks so much.
Why would I have denied you that right?
No, I just need it, you know?
Yeah. So are you ready for our next story now that you have your iPad?
No.
Wow, Turt. Really, Turt?
Because today's episode is brought to you by,
by a new sponsor.
God. A new sponsor, the IQ Bar. Power up your life with superior brain and body nutrition products from IQ Bar. Their plant-based protein bars are the perfect low-carb grab-and-go breakfast. Their IQ Mix Zero Sugar hydration drinks replenish electrolytes lightning fast. And their IQ Joe mushroom coffees are packed with magnesium and lion's mane adaptogen to keep you focused all day long. They have over 10,000 five-star reviews and counting. So start each day right with the IQ Bar brain and body boosting bars, their hydration mixes, and their mushroom coffees. And today our listeners are going to get an exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping only when they text TOAST to 64,000. So the Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all the IQ Bar products and flavors. All IQ Bar products are entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial sweeteners. Whether you're running a marathon /5K or just running errands, IQ Bar empowers doers with the superior brain and body nutrition. Their plant protein bars are packed with high-quality ingredients to keep you physically and mentally fit. They're vegan and gluten-free. They've got low in sugar and carbs, and every flavor, like the chocolate sea salt, peanut butter chip, wild blueberry, and more, are absolutely delicious. They make the #1 brain and body nutrition bar, hydration mix, and instant coffee in the U.S. Over 10,000 five-star reviews and counting. So refuel smarter with IQ Bar's Ultimate Sampler Pack. That's 7 IQ Bars, 4 iMix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. And now our special podcast listeners will get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus they'll get free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text the word TOAST, T-O-A-S-T, to 64,000. Get your discount, text TOAST to 64,000. That's T-O-A-S-T to 64,000. Today's episode is also brought to you by our queen, Jenni Kayne. We love Jenni Kayne. We love the brand. We love what it stands for, because it stands for elegance. It stands for coastal grand. It stands for that Nancy Meyers aesthetic that like you can't really put into words, but you know it when you see it. That's literally the Jenni Kayne brand. It's a California-inspired brand that makes the best home, the best clothing, the best shoes. Anything I have from Jenni Kayne that I've had for years, wears so well. I have so many cashmere sweaters from them that are the best investment. Candles, love. Home stuff, love. Their sweaters are the quintessential must-have item, and this season, we can't get enough of their cotton collection. So the cotton cocoon cardigan and the Chloe crew neck have been our spring staples. They come in a range of colors, the Chloe crew neck. Makes it easy to mix and match your wardrobe while also staying cool throughout the summer, but maintaining that very Ina Garten sort of Nancy Meyers look. Step into summer with style and ease thanks to one of our favorite sponsors, Jenni Kayne. We finally found a wardrobe that we're completely obsessed with. Jenni Kayne is a California brand through and through. Their staples make getting dressed effortless. perfect for our summer aesthetic. Think minimalist and refined with pieces like luxurious cashmere sweaters, iconic accessories to elevate versions of your everyday basics. Jenny Kane has everything you need to embrace your new uniform, not to mention the most incredible home essentials too. Jenny Kane is here to help you live your best season yet. We're in the Hamptons. There's actually a Jenny Kane store, and we walked in. It's just like, it's so the vibe of swirly summer. For a limited time, our listeners can get 15% off their first order when they go to jennykane.com and use our code TOAST15 for 15% off. That's JENNIKAYNE.com. Our code is TOAST15. That's TOAST15. Today's episode is also brought to you by Prolon. These days, a lot of people are learning about all the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, gut health, but they worry obviously about the whole not eating part. Well, that's why Prolon was created. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe that they're fasting. It's researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute, and it's backed by leading U.S. medical centers. Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, supports cardiovascular health, and it reduces abdominal fat. Prolon, let's be clear, is not a diet. It is science, and it's science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. It all starts with their 5-day program. It's snacks, it's soups, and it's beverages, and it's all designed to keep your body in a state of fasting. But the best part is that you don't have to fast. You can have their snacks, you can have their soups, you can have their beverages. Right now, they're also offering our listeners 15% off the 5-day nutrition program. Only when you go to prolonlife.com/toast. That's PROLONLIFE.com/toast. prolonlife.com/TOAST to get this special offer of 15% off the 5-day nutrition program. That's prolonlife.com/toast. So many benefits from Prolon. It's a celebrity favorite and just a fan favorite for a reason. So that's prolonlife.com/TOAST. Prolonlife, PROLON life.com/toast.
Thank you, /turt.
You're welcome, /jock.
Our next story, a little legal drama in Sandoval, continuing.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Sandoval is suing his ex, Ariana Madix, for allegedly accessing unauthorized explicit videos of Rachel Leviss. So Tom has filed a lawsuit against his ex, Ariana, claiming she gained access to explicit videos of him and Raquel on his cell phone without his permission. According to court documents obtained by ET, Tom claims that Ariana, quote, obtained access to his cell phone and reviewed images, information, data, video, and or communications, including but not limited to FaceTime videos between Leviss and Sandoval without Sandoval's authorization or permission. It further claimed in court documents on Tuesday that Ariana went as far as making copies of the video and shared them with Leviss and third parties.
A couple of things. Mm-hmm. It's important to note this is like a strategic legal move because Raquel is suing Tom and Ariana together. So Tom suing Ariana is a way of like shifting blame, being like, look, when I'm suing her. But didn't Ariana like say that she did this? Like that she saw the face and she like airdropped it to herself and then got in an Uber and left that show?
Perhaps, yes.
It's because everything that you just described sounds like something they said in the show already.
No, this is not new information. It feels like, I don't remember the exact order of events, but yes, she did go into his phone because it buzzed while she was holding it.
Oh, sorry.
And she saw something and then I guess like sent it to herself at the very least, allegedly. So yeah, it's not that he's putting her on blast for something we didn't already know. And unfortunately, I think the footage is going to corroborate his version of events. It's that he is now like suing her and putting her in like more legal distress after everything else that he's put her through. And people are very, very upset about this. Like the fans, of course, are upset. Katie was going off on him. Of course, Ariana was going off. Sheena is like, I should have never even given him another chance. I had seen a statement from Tom's team. I don't think it was part of the documents. I was trying to find the statement, but I don't know why I can't find it, where they were explaining how this is like kind of par for the legal course. Like it's the next logical
legal move.
And while he's so apologetic for his affair and will always be, like this isn't a part of that. And like this is not something that he did.
Yeah, I hear that. I also think like Raquel suing these two, like seriously, you would think she really would want to move on. She left the show, and this not only keeps her name in the press, it keeps the three of them connected from this terrible event. So Raquel should really drop it, and then everybody else would drop it, and like they could all save themselves the legal fees because no one's going to win here. They're just seriously going to be like suing each other, paying lawyers for years with no real outcome.
Yeah. And I don't even know what the law, whose side the law is on in this situation.
Also, is footage from Vanderpump Rules like admissible in court?
For sure.
Or is it considered like art?
I think it's reality TV.
Because she really has said that she did that. Like she saw the videos. I think she said she sent them to herself, right?
Yeah.
That's, quote, making a copy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think people are most upset, not that she did that, but that he's suing her now and just like putting her through more.
Of course.
Yeah, I agree. It's not going to end well, I don't think, for anyone.
Financially.
And it's so expensive.
And I think for Raquel, I think Raquel like has family money, but like legal fees are like beyond.
I think she probably has family money in the sense that like they'll help her out, but like I don't think she has like
hundreds of thousands,
buckets of money to just pay lawyers forever.
And who would want that?
Right.
Like for
who
real.
would want to spend their money that way?
So she really should drop it.
Especially because she's out of the public eye. And now the only time we're talking about her, I guess she has a podcast, but really all the headlines about her are like about this lawsuit. It's just reminding everyone about the thing.
The thing that she did.
But, you know,
Ariana's out here living her best life.
Porn is a real thing too.
It is. Vagina.
And if she didn't have a case, I don't think she would. If she didn't have even a chance at winning a case, I don't think she would have moved forward with this. So you have to consider how she feels with people and her castmates and her friends, like seeing this video of her.
For sure.
That was never meant for them to see. And it was also a FaceTime screen recording that was never
Against
meant to
her will.
be recorded.
And I don't know what the law is. I know in New York, recording a phone call without the other person's consent is completely illegal.
For sure.
But
And
it's
just because
different
like
state to
she's
state.
morally bankrupt doesn't mean she's not entitled
To privacy.
to the same laws that other people have.
Totally.
So it's a very messy situation.
And furthermore, and I'm sure you guys could have guessed this, like personally, like I am over this. Like I am over talking about these three people as they relate to one another.
Agreed. Even when it's fun to talk about, I'm done talking about it. And like, this is so
Sad.
ethically messy.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it. And I can't imagine, I don't think anybody is.
No.
And
hopefully Ariana's just like enjoying this moment she's having, like hosting this show that like has taken America by storm. The ratings for Peacock's Love Island USA are off the charts. Ariana's just a star of it, living in wherever the hell she is, Fiji, for the last couple of weeks. Like, that's good. And she's, you know, working because she's going to have some legal bills to file.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you ready for our
You ever been
fifth and
sued?
final? Have I ever been sued? Well, we had that thing.
That wasn't like we weren't sued though. They like were threatening us, but they didn't sue.
So no.
Yeah, me neither. But that's the closest
I
we've
feel
come.
like you would know if I was sued.
I know, but like you've just kind of like lived this crazy life, you know?
I guess. I don't think I've lived a crazy life that you don't know about. I think you just have like forgotten things about me. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes.
Like, were you even listening when I said that?
No, not a word.
But yeah, like you should have known that I dressed up as DCC, but you forgot.
No, I shouldn't have known that. Like with my memory.
You couldn't tell me.
And at the time, DCC meant nothing to me.
Okay, that I'll allow. But you couldn't tell me anyone that you've dressed up as that I would have no idea that you were ever them. Like, try and give me your most random Halloween costume.
DJ Khaled's son.
I know it.
You knew that. Okay.
Jamae. I was right
Jamae
there with
Private
you.
School. Yeah, you were there.
Suffering.
The thing is, I also didn't see you that Halloween. It's not like we hung out that Halloween.
But I was in the city.
We were different girls back then. Like we had separate social lives. Now we have one life
We
intertwined.
have one life to live.
Literally. But before that, no, we actually used to like have friends.
And do stuff separately.
Yeah, not
I went
anymore.
to a super fun party that night.
Oh, I'm so
You would have
jealous.
loved it.
Shit.
But that was before you were like trusting me to like,
Yeah, to make
take you under
decisions.
to make decisions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I was so unhappy in my life then, like for real. So
LOL. But it
what does
was
that teach you?
It was very Colgate-y. And sometimes you love that, but sometimes it's like too
Yeah, these aren't my
inside.
people.
Yeah. But I do think objectively you would have really liked it.
Shit.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
Yes.
It's a little wardrobe malfunction news because Maren Morris reacted to her onstage wardrobe malfunction. I don't know if you guys have seen, and don't go and look if you haven't seen, but for those of you who have, Maren Morris was performing at a concert in New Jersey, and she was wearing a skirt with a really high slit up the leg.
And there was a breeze.
And no, there wasn't a breeze. It was just she was walking, and like the mathematician in the room like didn't calculate that when she walks at a certain angle, like people can see her cooter.
Yeah. And the video came up on my TikTok and I saw it. And I was like, oh my God.
It does look like she's wearing like a cooter sticker.
Yeah, like a bandage almost.
Yeah, like as I think a lot of starlets like wear that when they know they could have a slip of the coot.
Yes, but it was not a slip. It was sort of a projection
Of the
cooter.
Of the cooter brawn. She posted on TikTok like a reaction to it with WAP playing in the background. The caption is, "Hey guys, did anything weird happen today? Anyways, stream intermission." And then she wrote, "I think I'll frame the skirt."
Okay, I do love somebody using an opportunity to shamelessly self-promote. It's not like she's trying to hide it. Like because we wouldn't have made this a story because it's like actually really sad that this happened to her.
When it happened, it's not a story.
It's not a story, but her talking about it makes me feel like it's giving consent.
No,
like,
and this is what she said when someone was like asking if she was embarrassed. She was like, quote, like I've given birth, nothing embarrasses me anymore.
Honestly, facts.
Yeah.
Like when you have 800 people up your vagina, I imagine you just sort of kind of like let go of the whole like vagina privacy thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel as though just knowing what we do know about her, like I don't feel like she'd be someone who would be
sensitive.
So, yeah, like, okay, there you go. You're welcome.
Did she get divorced?
Yes.
It's like something that happened that I feel like I'm always...
It happened quietly.
And I feel like when I remember it, I'm like, no, I think that happened in a dream or something. Like,
no, she did.
That was so weird.
And her next album, Intermission, I think her next song is like, I don't ever want to fall in love again. It's all about like being in her rebound era of like casual hookup era. That's like the PR
Got
headline.
She like made a vow to leave country music, and as somebody who follows country music, I actually feel like that was effective. Like
she left you.
I didn't even know she had a new song, and I used to like literally like follow every song that is called. I didn't even know that there was an album. I feel like that was actually like she actually left. I thought she was just being like, I'm leaving. And
the album hasn't come out yet,
but I didn't know it was announced. I didn't know there was a single already out.
That's because I didn't choose it as a story, and I almost did.
Well, but still, it would have come across my desk in one way or the other.
She has 2 songs out, I Hope I Never Fall in Love and Cut, feat Julia Michaels.
But I guess that she really is like promoting her music like on different radios. Like she's not on country radio. She's not doing the circuit of things that like I would normally see.
Yeah, and like Spotify took her off my release radar, I guess, because I was listening to Release Radar this morning. And
from country, usually, right?
No, my release radar are music that I
Tailored.
listen to, and like
yeah, but that's based on like your listening of country music, and so she would have been thrown in there, but now she's been taken out of the country pool.
No, but like I listen to Maren like she should be an artist when there's a new song that goes on my release radar. Instead, it was like the new Bebe Finn, and I have to say like I've listened to more Maren Morris in my life than Bebe Finn.
That's really tough.
Bebe Finn.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, we haven't watched it.
No.
You would like it. It's just Bebe Finn. His name is Finn, and he's a Bebe. Love that for him.
I guess that makes sense.
And he has 2 siblings, a sister and a brother, and 2 parents. And the whole show is just like different sketches, different vignettes, and they sing songs. Like there's not a minute of dialogue. It's just them singing different songs, and it's made by Pink Fong, which is Baby Shark. So like everything is like to that tune, like let's go hunt, like.
The let's go hunt. I mean, the do like seriously could drive me like actually off a cliff.
It's not so bad.
It's pretty bad.
I don't mind it. It's also like fun. You can have fun with it. Like baby Bruno,
That's your where are you? But that's not Baby Shark, is it?
No, that's Mommy Finger. What's baby? Oh, Baby Shark.
That song sucks.
It's not the greatest, but it's captured hearts and minds for a reason. Like it's gotta be.
It's gonna be May.
But you know, my whole thing about Bebe Finn, I think I've said this before, but you probably weren't listening, which is like season 1 of
I listen to everything.
Season 1 of Bebe Finn on Netflix. It's like 3 episodes. They're each an hour, and it's just Finn and his siblings and parents like singing and being wholesome. And I don't think it cuts too quickly. So I'm like, great, Bebe Finn, approved content.
Yeah.
Season 2 comes out. It's fucking nuts. Like strobe lights, addiction, crack,
seizure,
cocaine for the children. So no, Bebe Finn, season 2 is not approved content.
Damn. What else is approved like mommy content for somebody like you who's very conscious of screen time and how fast the show cuts from one scene to the next?
Right. So here are approved content. We do Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, even though it's probably not a perfect show by any means, but
it brings so much joy.
It does, and I will allow it. And like the whole world is Mickey, and that's sweet.
Yep.
We also have been enjoying Olaf.
Oh, his Frozen Adventures.
Olaf's Frozen Adventure, and he also has like a little vignettes they're like 3-minute clips on Disney Plus.
It's also important that you show Harry like a body positive Jewish role model.
He came to Olaf on his own. He loves Snowman.
I love that.
Oh, we watch a lot of the Grinch, the animated one. And what's so funny is I remember when it came out, it was like way before I was probably not even married yet. And I was like, who needs the Grinch animated? It's number 2 in my house after Mickey. And then like another show that I've heard is good, like slow watching, and it does seem slow, is called Trash Truck.
I'm not
Netflix.
familiar.
It's cute. It's just like this little boy.
Is it a show about us?
This little boy like loves his garbage truck.
Oh my God. Does he recycle? For sure.
Oh, I don't know, because he loves the garbage truck. Like, I don't know if he goes with recycling.
Damn.
So we've like
we shouldn't like, kids need to know like garbage trucks are extremely dangerous. Like you can literally die if you're thrown into one. Like I don't think we should just be like, normalizing
glorifying
the garbage truck. I hope that the show teaches garbage truck safety, like to stay away and keep your hands and fingers outside of the truck.
I hope so too.
It's kind of like a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say about that.
So those are the usual suspects.
And those are the stories.
And those are the stories, which are also usual suspects.
Thighs. I was going to say guys. And then I also started to say thank you. So thighs. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast and Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the fast nice stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and leave a video, thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast on your podcast can be found. So then Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Radio, I guess most of the talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.